Being able to pot confidently down the rail is really important in pool, because there's small tables. It's so often every clearance you're going to have one or two balls on a rail, and if you can get good at potting those balls, then you're going to be so confident with your clearances. Those balls where if you're a bit worried about them, you might try and move them, which might not go well. If you are confident at them, it's just going to help you clear up. You're going to be so much more confident in your game, because you know that you can get rid of the trickier balls without too much fuss. It's one thing to say being confident on potting down the rails is really important. It's going to help you become a better player. There is no shortcuts to becoming confident at potting balls down the rails. The only way to get better at potting balls down the rails is to pot lots and lots of them and get really comfortable, make sure you're making a high percentage of them. So I've got this lovely little routine here, which is all about potting down the cushions. I've got 7 reds and the black. What we're going to do is pot all of them. And I've lined them up like this, so that once I've potted the first one, I can just move the red that's next to the cue ball down to the same position as the red that's there, move the cue ball across one, and then do the same thing. So I can always get to the center of the cue ball the way they're lined up. For me, it's a nice way of accurately moving the cue ball a fraction further out each time, so that my last pot on the 8-ball is going to be from quite a wide angle, and therefore it's going to be a much trickier pot than the first ball. So it's definitely a good little routine to get good at potting these. Let me give it a go and see how I get on. Start with the first ball. Well, I managed to complete that routine, which I'm pleased with. That's a really challenging little routine. The wider you come, the more middle of the table you get, the harder that pot gets, and especially when you get the first 7 colours down on that 8-ball. That 8-ball, all of a sudden, it really does replicate that pressure of a frame of pawl. Tough 8-ball to win or complete the routine in this situation. But yeah, this is going to really help your confidence. If you do this regularly and you start to manage, the more balls you make in this way, the more you're going to get your confidence up. If you do this routine, make sure that you also flip it over. You can line up the reds again or get the yellows out, but make sure you do the other side of the table, line it up in the same way, one on the cushion, just so that you're potting both sides of the table, so you're not just always comfortable potting down the rail one way, not the other. And the other thing you can do is, once you've done both sides of the table, you can play around with how far out you want the ball to be. I had the ball quite close to the cushion, but maybe you want to roll it 1 ball out from the cushion, so that, and then redo the whole routine again, just so you're varying things up so it's not always exactly the same, because it's never always going to be exactly the same in a frame of pool. So make sure you add those variables in as well. But as I said, great routine for improving your confidence, which I think is a big key, because if you are confident with these, as I've already said, you are going to take the clearances on in better ways, and you will take these shots down the rails with confidence. You're going to make more clearances, you're going to improve as a pool player, and you're going to win more frames of pool. Thank you for watching, guys. Let me know, comment below if you've enjoyed this routine, if it's helped your game, if you've tried it. If you've enjoyed this routine or any of the other videos that I've done, then please subscribe to my channel. Got plenty more content on the way, and I'll see you next time.